Good Thursday evening, everyone, and a rainy Thursday evening it is. From now and through the night, conditions will begin to deteriorate. Rain will continue to increase, and winds will also begin to pick up. Hurricane Helene has now reached Category 4 status. Remember, I mentioned this last night that the forecast was for it to reach Cat 4, and it is there. It is at 130 miles per hour, and it still has a few hours left before landfall, so it could even strengthen even further. Because of the rapid movement of the hurricane, unusually rapid, it will have little time to die down wind-wise. So hurricane conditions expected all the way up into southern Georgia, dying down to a tropical storm as it nears the Atlanta metro area. And still, the Hurricane Center, along with myself, looking for tropical storm conditions being even possible on parts of the Cumberland Plateau on Friday. So, and you see that S that they've got labeled there on the plateau, that's tropical storm. Dropping down to depression, that's why you see the little D's in the circles over western Kentucky by the time it gets up into their neck of the woods. By then, it really starts doing kind of a song and dance with the upper level low that's over Arkansas. That low is what's pulling the hurricane back to the northwest and not allowing it to move off to the northeast like they normally do. And because of the Fujiwara effect, which is where two rotating systems kind of rotate around each other before they become one large system and then move off to the east, that's what will play out across West Tennessee and Middle Tennessee over the weekend. So weekend forecast not looking too good. My meteorologist Mark weather alert night is in effect and will be with us throughout the night tonight through Friday and through Friday night. So wind advisory is in place, a flood watch is in place. The wind advisory officially says winds 40 to possibly 45 miles per hour. I wouldn't be surprised to see winds over 50 miles per hour at times on the plateau, especially with the center of that storm coming so near to Crossville even. So now, USA Mortgage level of concern, level 3 for the possibility for some damaging winds and flooding. I've said before, the ground is dry. Stream levels, ponds, lakes, they're low. So there's places for water to go. But once we start getting up into the 3-inch mark, and we are expecting 3 to 5 inches of rain across the plateau, we could still see some flooding issues, especially in the more flood-prone areas. Premier Generators brings us our threat graphic. Straight line winds and flooding continue to be the main risk. Make sure any drainages you have that you rely on to get water away from places you don't want to flood, make sure they're free of leaf debris. That can be quite common this time of the year. And of course, make sure you've secured any loose objects that are outside. You still have time to do that, so make sure you get that wrapped up. Clearview Closet and Blind brings us our 5-day forecast. And man, flooding in May, drought in June, flooding in July, drought in August and September, and now we're back to flooding. So 100% chance of rain on Friday, windy, and then now 90% chance of rain on Saturday as the two systems, the upper level low and this tropical low, combine and move eastward. I probably should have went 100% chance on Saturday, but we're going 90, and then Sunday still 70% chance for showers as the whole thing kind of lifts on out of here, and then dropping down to 50% and 30% chances on Monday and Tuesday. I'm least certain about the Monday, Tuesday part. We'll just see how that comes together. Those rain chances may drop as we get closer to that time frame, but confidence is pretty high in the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday forecast for sure. So the remnants of Hurricane Helene will be moving in. I've got more information on the app and in the website. It's an interesting situation, that is for sure, with a very powerful hurricane making landfall and then making a beeline for our neck of the woods. Reminds me so much of Hurricane Opal back in 1995, and those impacts were pretty high across the plateau. Lots of downed trees, power lines, lots of flooding. But the ground was wetter before Opal moved in back in those days. So being a little bit drier may help us out with the flooding potential. But I'll be tracking it all, keeping track of everything, and I'll let you know what you need to know. You just keep it right here to meteorologistmark.com.